If you are looking for a premium dual-channel dashcam, the MiVue DR52 deserves your attention. On paper, it ticks almost every box enthusiasts could ask for. But does the real-world experience live up to the impressive specification sheet? Let's inspect. Hi, nice to see you. I'm Michael, and let me start with the verdict. If your priorities are image quality, ease of use, and strong rear camera performance, the MiVue DR52 is one of the most complete dash cameras I've tested recently. Gets a lot of things right, more importantly gets the fundamentals right, but let's not jump ahead. The most important thing any dash cam does is to record footage, so let's begin there. And while you're watching these daytime samples, let me briefly introduce the MiVue line because it was relatively new territory for me as well. The brand has built a reputation around reliability, and its latest generation of dashcams comes with an extremely ambitious set of specifications. So my job today is to find out whether those specifications actually translate into a better ownership experience. And let's be honest, once you hear 4K recording on both the front and the rear cameras, you're already interested. Yet, there are several details worth discussing before making a final buying decision. One of the smart choices here is the use of high-efficiency video codec, also known as H.265 compression. Compared to the older H.264 standard, HEVC is significantly more efficient. That means the camera can preserve more image detail while keeping the file sizes under control. For a setup recording 2 simultaneous 4K streams, that's exactly what you want. The bitrate is also balanced nicely. Both the front and the rear modules recorded roughly 20 megabits per second, which ensures that neither camera becomes the weak link. And I've intentionally stayed quiet in regard to the quality while showing the footage thus far, because I wanted you to build your own opinion first. My impression is very positive. The image offers a pleasant balance of colors and contrast, sharpness is exactly what I'd expect from a modern premium dashcam, and the automatic exposure system handles changing lighting conditions very well. The rear camera deserves a special praise too. In fact, this is one of the strongest rear camera performances I've seen in a dashcam to date. Nighttime recording is where things become a bit more challenging. Fortunately, the sensor inside the DR52 is known for excellent low-light performance, and the results reflect that. There is plenty of visible detail, clarity remains strong, reflections are controlled reasonably well, and in most situations, license plates remain readable. The rear module also performs admirably. Of course, rear cameras face a particularly difficult challenge because they often point directly into headlights. That's one of the toughest scenarios for any dashcam. But even then, the DR52 produces usable footage, and when street lighting is present, the results are particularly impressive. One thing worth mentioning is that the camera does not appear to rely heavily on HDR processing. Some competing models use HDR more aggressively in order to brighten shadow areas. Depending on your preferences, that may be either a positive or a negative. But footage quality is just a part of the whole story. In order to understand whether the MiVue DR52 is the right dashcam for you, we need to look at everything else. So, design and build quality next. The retail package is relatively straightforward. It isn't trying to impress with extravagant packaging, but everything inside is well organized and protected. You get the front camera, the rear camera, the vehicle power adapter, the rear camera cable, mounting accessories, and something I was very happy to see included, a hardwire kit. It is still uncommon in this category, and many competing brands sell it separately. The mounting system allows for quick removal, which is always appreciated, while I do have few reservations regarding some of the materials used in the mount itself. Functionality is excellent. You can swivel the camera easily and point it in virtually any direction, making it simple to adjust coverage exactly how you want it. The camera body feels solid and very assembled, physical buttons are used instead of a touch screen, and personally I have absolutely no issue with that. In fact, for a dashcam, I often prefer physical controls because they remain easy to operate regardless of conditions. Concerning the technical specs, this is good. We have 4K recording, which is becoming increasingly common, and relying on Sony STARVIS Generation 2 sensors is always welcome. The front camera uses one, and so does the rear unit. That second point is particularly important because the rear camera is one of the biggest strengths of the DR52 setup. It's simply among the best performing rear modules currently available on a consumer dashcam. The setup also checks all the important boxes. There's a supercapacitor rather than a battery, which means that you don't have to worry about battery degradation over time during the summer months or potentially fire. There's inbuilt GPS, which is for accurate speed and location recording, and the processor clearly is capable enough to handle dual 4K workloads without issues. Multiple parking mode options are also available, and overall, the installation is refreshingly straightforward. As always, plan carefully before attaching anything. Find a location on the windshield that is covered by the wipers and won't obstruct your view while driving. Use the included anti-static stickers. They're incredibly useful because they make future removal much easier. Once you've found the correct location, simply align the camera and attach it. The next step is the cable routing. You can use the included vehicle adapter, but I would strongly recommend considering the included hardwire kit instead. It unlocks the parking mode functionality. That's a quite safe option because if you dig in the menus, you're gonna find the battery voltage protection, which can prevent excessive drain of your vehicle's battery. The rear module is equally easy to install. One feature that deserves special attention here is the cable length. The included rear camera cable measures 8 meters, which is significantly longer than what many competitors provide. That makes the DR52 suitable not only for passenger cars, but also for larger SUVs, vans, and even some commercial vehicles. Very few dashcams offer this much flexibility out of the box. One of the other areas that pleasantly surprised me was the menu system. The interface feels fresh, intuitive, and clearly designed with physical button navigation in mind. Changing settings is quick and straightforward. Need to adjust the resolution? Well, just a few button presses. Want to mute the microphone? Dedicated control makes it easy. Each menu section contains the right features without feeling cluttered. For this review, I mostly relied on the default settings, changing only the time zone, the speed limits, and the file recording duration. Everything worked exactly as expected. The smartphone app adds another layer of convenience. Besides changing settings remotely, it allows you to browse and download footage directly to your phone. Before the verdict, let's talk about the possible drawbacks. Yet, finding faults with the DR52 was somewhat difficult because it's a very complete package. That said, one omission is ADAS functionality. Some buyers may appreciate lane departure warnings or forward collision alerts, and those features are absent here. Another point is the lack of Wi-Fi 6 support. Some of the newest competitors have already adopted it, which allows even faster file transfers. Beyond those points, there isn't much to criticize, so if you have found something I haven't mentioned, share it in the comments below, please. Your experience may help other viewers make a better buying decision. Time for my conclusion. The MiVue DR52 enters a highly competitive market and manages to stand out, delivers excellent image quality. It's one of the strongest rear camera performances currently available on the market. Easy installation, thoughtful software, and nearly every feature that most drivers could realistically want from a dashcam. The value proposition is definitely strong, and while I never recommend buying a product solely because of its brand name, it certainly helps that MiVue comes from one of the longest established names in the dashcam industry. Can I guarantee long-term reliability? No. The DR52 is still relatively new, and time is the only thing that can answer this question. But based on the footage, the features, usability, previous models, and the overall experience, I think this dash camera makes a compelling case for itself. And now I'm curious to hear from you. Do you currently use a dash cam? Which model? Are you happy with it? What is the most frustrating thing about your current setup? And the opposite, which one is your favorite feature that you can't live without? Let me know in the comments below, and thank you very much for watching this review. If you'd like to support my work, You can use any of the affiliate links which are listed down below. Doesn't cost you anything extra and helps the channel continue creating reviews like this. And if you want access to behind-the-scenes content, some extra footage and stuff, consider becoming a channel member. And one final reminder, reviews like this one make technology look exceptionally tempting, but don't buy tech that you don't actually need. Drive safely and responsibly, take good care. I'll see you in the next one. Bye!